Yo, it's me RJB and I've got some bad news. I was casting a game just now between Mong and LuckyBack. Then it turned out that I completely messed up and I stopped recording somewhere halfway through. So I cast like 3 games, but then, you know, it all disappeared. Nothing of it was there. I completely messed up. The games are gone. So now we're switching over to a set between LuckyBack and NOMANUAL. So that's gonna change the name here, NOMANUAL. Oh yeah, NOMANUAL up in the house. The score is back to 0-0 between these two players, and we're gonna move right in. The game has already started. Let's get this rolling. Updating the matchup tracker. So yeah, let's get into the set. Here we've got NOMANUAL on the Protoss, right next to LuckyBack. I might have cast this game before, I'm not too sure, but LuckyBack here on the olive green Terran. He's doing fine, looking great. He's up to no good. And likewise, NOMANUAL is up to no good as well. Let's see what he's got in store for us today. LuckyBack should be having a great match here, because NOMANUAL is a very good player. We've seen him before on the channel under the name Question, and I think Be My Base, or the name How Dope. And I hope I'm not being too pretentiously dope, because I really like and I'm really digging this background music. I'm going to tell you where it's from. It's from a YouTube video called Hip Hop / Trap Instrumental Beats Mix 2020. It's 1 hour long and it's part number 4, and it's made by NOMANUAL Records. It's free for non-profit use, for commercial use, and please purchase a license. Oh, for commercial use, please purchase a license. That's what he's saying. Alright, so I'm going to reduce the sound a little bit because it's pretty loud there in the game. I really want us to focus on the game itself instead of the music in the background. Although I do want to give a shout out there because this is Radio RJB TV, where we're listening to the beats right here for you, coming up live. But let's not get sidetracked. We've got a very weird build order coming out here from NOMANUAL. He's doing something which we don't often see, and that's 3 gateway start. Something we really don't often see. Going there for early forge as well. I'm not seeing this go all too well for NOMANUAL, because LuckyBack is a great micro player, but LuckyBack started off with a command center very early on. So this might actually work out if I had paid more attention. Because he also cancelled the academy. What is he doing? Is that a cancelled academy? There's 2 refineries now on the way. He's building marines as well, but zealots are on the way, ready to wreak some terror, ready to inspire some fear in LuckyBack, who is not prepared for this at all. We've got a pylon coming out there as well, who's going for a cannon push. This is basically a mid-3 gateway build order, but instead of going for, you know, gateways on the middle, let's just build them back at home in the base and start a cannon push in the enemy base. Something we very often see in the foreign scene, but this time around we're seeing it a little bit later on here in the Korean scene as well. The bunker there is coming up there though. A lot of marines are already there in the back. The manual takes down the bunker. So he's playing this without a manual, but I do think he read the manual because he is doing everything according to the book. Bunker there still finishes up though. Zealots cannot go in because the Zealots are pretty scared of the bunker. The Marines are doing a pretty great job there defending, but the cannons are coming up there right in the back. Cannons are coming up there right in the back, and I think that's not looking too great there for LuckyBack. The cannon push is going to become pretty scary. The academy there though in the back, soon finishing up. Got a factory on the way as well, so this is looking good for both players. This can go either way. But LuckyBack is really investing a lot of money into those bunkers. It's going to be very, very difficult for all these zealots to break through. And this is something we never ever see. Player going for a +1 command center and holding a cannon push this easily? It might be because if you build your gateways in your base, there's this extra traveling time that is added on to the timing that your zealots can arrive in the enemy base, which we're seeing right now isn't working out all too great for NOMANUAL here. The cannons are incapable of progressing forward. LuckyBack doing a really great job here at keeping those cannons away, but the zealot count keeps growing. He's now adding on a cyber core as well. Engineering bay there too, just in case there's Dark Templars on the way, and you always want to be prepared because dying to Dark Templars just feels the worst. Machine shop there in the back, almost finished. Almost. He didn't go for a range, he went for a stim upgrade first. Usually we see range in the case that you were defending with bunkers against cannons and zealots, but he wanted to go for stim first. Not sure if I entirely agree though, but that is the choice he went for. Got more cannons coming down and 3 gateways in the enemy base. 3 gateways in the enemy base in the Protoss vs Terran matchup. Now that is completely unheard of. It's unheard of. It's like the most outrageous thing that we're gonna be seeing today. The most outrageous thing. But he's doing it nonetheless. He's doing it nonetheless. Let's just hope it works out and doesn't backfire for him. Let's just hope it doesn't backfire for him. I kind of like this beat in the background. It's pretty sweet. Not too much, not too little. It's just the right amount of everything that you want in a beat. It's kind of calming, but it still enhances the sense of the game that we're watching. Or so I hope. I hope you are not annoyed by the song. But I really find this stuff pretty dope. Pretty dope and chill. So LuckyBack is still massing up. Still massing up an army. I mean, the other way around. NOMANUAL is massing up an army. It's a lot of zealots, a lot of dragoons. Scans come down. Let's see what he scanned. What did he see? He saw the main base. Saw another 3 gateways there on the way. There are 3 there already finished up. Saw the Temple's Archive and the Citadel of the Dune. Well, it's a robo. It's not a Citadel. It's not a Temple's Archive. It's a robo. So we're not going to be seeing Templars fight off these Marines, but supply counts are somewhat even. But do note, NOMANUAL has 10 workers less than LuckyBack. But all the money that NOMANUAL spent in getting all these cannons and gateways up here in the enemy base has all just been thrown away, and he dealt minimal amounts of damage. And this is exactly why nobody in Korea goes for a 4 gateway or a 3 gateway build order, because it's, as you can see, it's just really bad. But he went for a pretty good mass attack army setup here, and he gets to surround all the Marines. Marines are getting cut out. The Marines are trying to stim away. The Marines are getting out there, but most of them go down. Really, really well played there from LuckyBack, though, getting at least a couple of Marines that are out of harm's way. But the setup here in the back from LuckyBack is really, really good. He's got tanks and bunkers, and at the moment, I don't think the units that NOMANUAL has can break through. So he's just gonna very slowly keep expanding outwards, keep expanding like the Big Bang, and get bigger and bigger, exponentially speaking as well. Couple of zealots. Oh, he goes in. NOMANUAL goes in. He wants to go for it, wants to try, but the medics are blocking all the zealots in the back, and most of the zealots do go down before they even get on top of a single Marine. Medics save the day. Really, really well played there from LuckyBack. I'm not sure if it was intended to have the medics block access and be a wall, but it worked. It worked for sure. NOMANUAL, though, is very good with his macro. He's just filling out his entire base with mass gateways, even though he just lost like 2,000 minerals here in the enemy base. Maybe even 3,000 minerals here in the enemy base have just all gone down, but he is still on track to becoming really big. He added on a second Nexus now of 45 probes. He's spending his minerals like a boss. This is some of the best macro I've ever seen out of anyone. His minerals are always low. Now we have the Starcraft coming down here from LuckyBack. We've got more factories here being built on the middle. He's got a lot of Firebats and Marines. Does he have upgrades on those Marines? Let's see. Level 1 weapon. That's looking good. 2 depots there coming down in the front. He's gonna play defense, it appears. He's not gonna go for the attack. He doesn't want to risk it. We've got a drop there already out. So he already has a storm drop despite that fiasco of an early game. That's impressive. So there's now a wall here as well. Never gonna get through. Oh, I think he failed the wall because there's still, like, he can still walk through. He can still walk through right there. So it's not really a wall. It's more like a very narrow doorway, so to speak. Very narrow doorway for sure it is. I'm just vibing on the music, by the way. I'm really, really liking this one. And it's free of copyright, so I'm not gonna get in trouble at all. No copyright restrictions, no removing parts of my video. Nothing of that kind. So I'm really liking all the free, copyright-free music on YouTube. I'm just testing stuff out. If you really don't like this, let me know. Let me know. If you really want to hear the normal game sounds, let me know. He's going for mass starports here instead of going for mass factories. I'm not sure what that is about, considering NOMANUAL is going for mass units, but he is going for a mass drop right here. And there is nothing right there yet to stop this from flying in. So now we're going to see if this is going to turn the game. I really do think LuckyBack should have just gone for the attack there on NOMANUAL. NOMANUAL, they're unloading on the top corner. He could have just gone for the mass drop in the back, but he's deciding to drop there in the corner of the base. Got 2 Templars there on the scene. Not storming yet. He does have 2 energies though. 1 storm. That's a lot of kills, but he also kills his own zealots, and the zealots have already gone down. Kills, I think, about 20 or 24 marines and fire bats, but that's not. Oh, here comes the real drop. The real drop's coming in. There's nothing there in between. Nothing red to stop this drop from landing. Drop is landing. Starts storming. Only gets a single storm off. Only gets a single storm off, but I do think he killed about 20 or so SCVs there with the storm. So that's a pretty good hit there from NOMANUAL on LuckyBack. LuckyBack now licking his wounds, but his wounds are not that deep because he still has 2,600 minerals and 60 SCVs. But it does slow him down a little bit because he's trying to build this entire base out. Instead of going for the counter attack, the early attack, I really think he could have gone for the attack there on NOMANUAL, but NOMANUAL has been given a chance. Has been given a chance at redemption with these attacks that he's throwing out non-stop onto LuckyBack. Another drop there comes out, arrives on the scene. There's Templar in there as well. Templar storms, Templar hits a massive one, and this one is really good. 26 SCVs there going down to the storm. So it looks like LuckyBack there really is having some trouble now with handling himself against NOMANUAL's pressure. So somehow NOMANUAL, despite the fiasco of an early game, manages to claw himself back in. Really easily, it appears. Really easily. Although I do still think that LuckyBack threw a chance to go for a quick and early kill. But the storm! Storms are nothing. Storms on the SCVs once again. Once again, so many storms. He's really good at this. He's really good at this. LuckyBack though keeps most of his SCVs there alive, but now he's facing zealots in the back, attacking stuff, ready to attack, snack on those SCV lives. But he keeps most of them alive. Somehow he does it. Another drop there being loaded up in the front of NOMANUAL space. He now has 75 probes against 40 SCVs. Let's see what he's gonna do next. He's still filling out his base with gateways everywhere. I really like this guy. Look at his minerals, they are still so low. His macro is honestly super good. He's really good at spending all of his minerals as they're coming in. Now, of course, he does have 340 APM, so it's understandable, but he's doing a great job. I've said it so many times, but NOMANUAL, you are pretty darn good. You're pretty darn good. LuckyBack there still trying to recover, sends out a tank drop to try and kill some probes, which he will be able to do because, oh no, he gets spotted out. He gets spotted out. Whoa, that's so coincidence. He was moving out to start killing stuff that was maybe giving LuckyBack vision here on the side. But he walks into the dropship by pure coincidence, which almost never happens, but it did happen right there just now. Drop is going to come in over the same route that NOMANUAL just scouted. Comes in. Does LuckyBack know this is on the way? Does he know? He's preparing himself there, going to back, but he doesn't have that many units left. 150 supply there. Flies in over the bottom side. LuckyBack has just set himself up. He unloads the barracks, the bunkers, starts stimming up, starts protecting. SCVs are running away to safety. Templars are there on the scene as well. Templars are too far away to storm on the SCV, so he's storming on the tanks and the marines instead. But the stim bunkers are doing so much damage. The LuckyBack there doesn't lose a single SCV, although he's losing SCVs on the gas. But I mean, he didn't lose any SCVs on the minerals, so he handles that really well, but still loses about 25 supply to that drop, which still hurts given his income is still pretty low. Now he has Valkyries as well, and Valkyries are the greatest counter. Oh no. Siege tanks are there. Ooh, wow. Oh, that's a massive one. That's a massive one. That's a massive hit. Went from 83 down to 36 probes. which is like, counting is hard, but it's 37. Or 47? 37. 47. Wow, I'm bad at this. For some reason, my mind is just completely short-circuiting. But he killed a lot of SCVs. Let's just keep it at that. It's 47. It's 47. I've got no excuse for my inability to do basic math. Right there. It's 37. Anyway. LuckyBack is putting up the pressure now and hunting down the shuttles with his Valkyries, going pretty greedy there. The shuttles are running away. These shuttles, will they survive? Will they die? They barely survive. The Valkyries there also stay alive. Didn't take any damage whatsoever from those Corsairs, but he's still waiting for the shuttles to arrive and fly in. But what angle is he coming from? He used the scan to see where the shuttles are. He saw them leave to the left side of the middle, so he's entering the middle. LuckyBack knows. LuckyBack is relocating his Valkyries, flying back and forth. He's waiting, he's anticipating. He knows they're on the way. Sends them to the correct direction. Sees them, starts to intercept them. Shuttles are there, shuttles are loading. But they instantly go down, but takes down the tank, loses the Reaver. Tries to kill at least something, but that is really, really well played there from LuckyBack there. Great awareness, great use of scans, and great sense of where NOMANUAL might be coming from. So while I was applauding NOMANUAL's play after his fiasco of an early game, right now the game is looking really, really good for LuckyBack. He's rich, he's got a lot of SCVs, got a lot of supply, has a lot of starports, which don't really help him with his offensive ability. But he is slowly maxing out on his 4 factories. So soon he'll have more factories, and once he has more factories, he can push out into the middle and go for the counterattack there on NOMANUAL, who's currently going at maximum high-speed APM, 430, preparing himself for the frontal attack there with his level 122 upgrades on the Zealots and Dragoons. The Valkyries are hunting for shuttles once again, but the shuttles are already flying away to safety as the frontal attack here is happening as well, and these Zealots are going to break through without effort. But there's so many bunkers there with Marines and Firebats in them that the Zealots themselves will eventually do go down to the bunkers, but Storms there in the back. Templar Storms on the Valkyries. Great choice there. Valkyries there almost all died. Both of them are still alive. Low HP. Draw comes in there as well, but he's unloading on top of the hill because he has to take care of those tanks first. But now it means that the Valkyries are going to take care of the shuttles. Shuttles are flying away, trying to get away as fast as they can, but they're all go down. And the Reavers are stuck because Reavers cannot shoot from the high ground onto the low ground if there's no pathway. And as we can see, there's no pathway. There's no pathway. So 55 tropes now for NOMANUAL. He's preparing himself for the next attack, but because he's still low in minerals, it is a little bit of a slow process of remaxing. Whereas LuckyBack, being as rich as he is, can remax very quick if he had more factories, which he doesn't have. Still more Valkyries there on the way. He does have a lot of Valkyries here. He does have like, well, it's 12, exactly 12. He's maxing out slowly but surely. Adding on command centers instead of depots. So he's no longer building depots, he's building command centers to get more supply. He looks really well fortified here, he looks really well prepared. He's constantly scanning the frontier to make sure that whenever there's shuttles, he can go kill those shuttles. Once again, he sees the shuttles. Great use of a scan. But doesn't go in yet with the Valkyries. He's waiting a little bit longer for them to load up. A little bit longer. Soon he will go for the kill though on the shuttles, but I think he scans again. He scans the top side here. Ooh, he might have just seen the shuttles enter this area on the very last couple of seconds, but there's actually shuttles coming in from the left side, from the right side. He's gonna fly over those Marines there though. Looks like it. Valkyries don't respond, they respond. Flying back and forth, he has to unload very quick, very soon. Valkyries are going the wrong way, they're going for the wrong shuttle. Now the real drop is coming here from the right side. Starts to unload, but I think the amount of turrets there was too strong for the shuttles to get in. There was no Corsair to support. But once again, a lot of supply there lost, and now we see LuckyBack throwing away SCVs. Although, I do think he's throwing away too many SCVs, because he was already on a low SCV count. He was actually on about 68. Well, 62. So he was on a very good amount of SCVs, and now he's on too few SCVs. 48 is not enough. It's definitely not enough. But LuckyBack believes that he only needs 48. He's now finally adding on more factories 20 minutes into the game. He's defended himself very, very well. He's slowed down NOMANUAL as well. And NOMANUAL is now trying to face into the next portion, the next stage of attack. He's loading up Mass Templars, loading up Mass Zealots there as well. But as we know, LuckyBack is constantly scanning. He's constantly scanning. He's going for battlecruisers. I see what he's up to. I see. He has Tomato Cannon. And with a Tomato Cannon, he's gonna take down the Nexus. NOMANUAL there tries to go for a frontal attack once again, but there's so many tanks up on the hill that this is not gonna work, my friend. You need something else. You need something else. It's not gonna work. Comes over to drop it on the top side once again, but he flies into the battlecruisers, sees the battlecruisers there, and now he's wondering, oh boy. Oh boy. This is looking pretty bad for NOMANUAL. He calls the GG, he just knows that it's over. He just knows. He just knows that he's got nothing to deal with those battlecruisers, and he doesn't even give LuckyBack the chance to Yamato Cannon on the Nexus. He just calls the GG very early on. The game looked very good for NOMANUAL, but that one tank drop, shut him down. And ever since that one tank drop, he couldn't do anything whatsoever anymore, because LuckyBack had fortified himself so well here in the back that defending had just become really, really extraordinarily easy. Let's move on to the next game. See how that one's gonna play out. Oh, I gotta leave the game first. Leave the game. Gonna move over to the score chart and update it. Let's update it. For game number 1, we have a win for LuckyBack. LuckyBack PvP win, 1-0. So that's right there. And the score is 1 win for LuckyBack. Wait, that's the wrong person. 1 win there for LuckyBack. Let's very quickly load up game number 2. Now for game number 2, we have the exact same matchup between our two players. NOMANUAL once again on the Protoss, and LuckyBack here on the Terran. Let's see if NOMANUAL has a bit more luck on his side. Although, as we all know, LuckyBack has luck sitting on his back. He's been playing really well. He's defended really well. And NOMANUAL hasn't managed to put a dent into the defensive armor of LuckyBack yet. Because we all know they might just turn around very soon, because there's always a chance. Fastest map, anyone can beat anyone. And things might just go very wrong very soon. We never know. We just have to watch and see. As you're listening to hip-hop radio in the background as I'm DJ RGB TV. Whoosh. Sorry, I'm just feeling very hyper today. I'm feeling very hyper today. So we've got the usual build order coming out from NOMANUAL. Not going to say too much about it, but it's 2 cannons in the front, Cybercore coming up soon after 2 simulators, and he's going to go straight for Robotech or Templar Archive Tech. LuckyBack there starts off with his signature style of 2 barracks on a corner spot, and Academy very early as well. For the stim upgrade, he wants to go for, I think, about 6 or so Marines, then 2 Firebats, then 2 Medics, and then his stim upgrade will finish as well. And sometimes he likes to go for a frontal break attack, but I don't know if he's going to try that this time around, because NOMANUAL is usually pretty good at fortifying his front. But maybe LuckyBack can find the right exact timing as he's setting himself up to keep NOMANUAL out of his base. No information for this probe. He wants to keep this probe in the dark. Yeah, it's getting chased already. LuckyBack has great awareness, although now this Zealot though, even though he has great awareness, this Zealot is gonna sneak in and get all the information at once. lifts up both of... Oh, never mind. He's relocating them for some reason. Got an early factory there on the way, and 2 more command centers there as well, and there's refinery number 3. So this is still basic stuff. When you see this choke, you go for 2 command centers because you can afford it, and because the enemy cannot attack you, but there's a zealot here in the base that he didn't expect. Now there's 2 marines there ready to fight it off. Adding on 2 more barracks. He's going for a 4 barrack build and a factory. Not something we usually see on a corner spot. Usually we see about 3 barracks or 2 into a lot of factories and starports, but he's going for, it looks like a heavy marine build order. Now I do for one know that LuckyBack really likes to use marines to defend himself against drops and against attacks from a Protoss. But it is not as optimized as, in my opinion, the other build orders, but he's going for 2 starports there in the back. Nonetheless, he's not even going for a machine shop. He's not going for a tank at all. Templar's Archive there in the back. Support bay finished up. Robo number 2 there almost finished, being warped in. And added on a couple more cannons in the front just to be sure to defend, because he did see those 2 barracks there. But the barracks are not being utilized non-stop. Instead, we are seeing a 3 starport build order from LuckyBack, which is very uncommon unless you are planning to go all in on Wraith drop defense. So that's what he's going to do. Got a machine shop there coming in for cloak upgrade or maybe for a single dropship. The others are going to make raids. There comes the scan. He scans the front, sees a shuttle, scans the back, sees a cannon, sees Templar's Archive, sees all the tech, so he's got all the information he needs. He even saw the Templar finish. Now more gateways are coming out from NOMANUAL. He's got Zealot speed on the way, level 1 weapon on the way, and shuttle speed on the way as well. When you clear out the side, like in the situation that there's marines on the side, you send out the Zealots, and the Zealot kills all the marines. And it just so happens that LuckyBack is sending out marines to the sides after NOMANUAL sends out a Zealot to kill those marines. So both players are somewhat thinking the exact same things. He spots out the shuttle. Absolutely great, phenomenal timing there. Kills the marine, but the shuttle is now gonna get killed by the raids because LuckyBack knows exactly where the shuttle is. So this is why he goes for raids. Just completely stop shuttles from being irrelevant. 3 there though, gonna try to kill some stuff. Kills... Oh, he should have just killed the SCP there. Kills the... Oh, he kills both in the end. Still a pretty good hit there with the Scarab, but well played by LuckyBack. Great micro there. Great control there on the Marines. Now we've got raids going after Zealots because the Zealot just killed the Marine. And of course you want the... Well, the Zealot's gonna just run away. It's gonna be a very slow process. He's gonna have to micro his raids to quickly kill it, but I don't think it is the right choice. He does have more raids there in the back, in his base, on the way. But drop number 2 already flying out, and LuckyBack doesn't know it's coming. And he's actually got nothing in the back here. The raids are away from home, Marines are in the front. The Zealots, SCVs are running away to safety. Templars are unloading, Templar storms. Templar double storm there on almost nothing. Kills almost no SCVs. This one has 1 kill, this one has got 1 kill, so that's 2 SCV kills. What could have been a very bad situation there turned out alright. Turned out alright for LuckyBack. He lost some mining time, but that's as bad as it gets. That's as bad as it gets. And as the raid count keeps going up, defending is going to become easier and easier for our lucky friend. Another Zealot there, getting caught out. Scans the front, sees no shuttles. Shuttles are already here on the top side. They're ready to fly out and go for a drop. It has an engineering bay now there for extended vision. Moving out a probe to get some side control with pylons and cannons, but these raids, somewhere, where are the raids? Oh, they're on hotkey number 3. They're spreading out all over the map to get vision. But they find the probe, gonna kill the probe. The shuttle there, though, might fly in soon. Sometimes you can see the hotkeys, sometimes you cannot see the hotkeys. I'm just gonna give you some information here. So he's got, still scanning, just to see if there's a shuttle there. No shuttles there. I really like what LuckyBack is doing. He's being very proactive with his raids. Observer there moving out as well. Observer is really useful if you make Corsairs to combat those raids. Because the raid cloak no longer really does anything, although he sees the Observer, kills it. LuckyBack, I am a fan. But a drop comes out on the bottom side there though. He's a little bit too busy with defending his home, but he intercepts. No, he doesn't intercept it. Shuttles aren't going to make it all the way to the SCVs. SCVs are going to have to run away to safety very quick, very right now. Tempos are low. SCVs are already away from home there though, but he still does get a bunch of kills there with the Storms. I think he killed about 10 of them. Another drop there comes in as well. Storms on the raids, but the raids mostly dodge it. So he killed about, I think, 13? Maybe 16 SCVs? It's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. It slows LuckyBack down. LuckyBack's supply is surprisingly low. He really is going all out on those raids. He has 2 tanks here in the front. One there rolling back and forth because it's bugging out. Sometimes happens. The pathing in Starcraft is amazing. Dragoons now here on the side to clear out those engineering bases. Got 2 observers there as well, so the raids cannot go in to stop this from happening. Because these Dragoons are stronger than a group of raids. Raids really go down pretty damn quick. And they've got pretty low ground damage. 8 ground damage and 100 HP. 120 HP. Against 20 damage and 180 HP. Never gonna work. So raids are good at some things, but pretty terrible at some other things. So the cannon's gonna get built here on the side. The LuckyBack is now finally progressing into more factories, more tanks. He's even repairing his raids. Nice. I like that one. So more robos being built here in the front for NOMANUAL. He's preparing himself for the other mass drop attacks. But the amount of pressure he's put on LuckyBack so far has been rather low, in my opinion. The drops though have somewhat hit, but the raids have done their job. They have shut down some drops, bought some time, really messed up NOMANUAL's ability to get control over the sides for a while. Now comes in with attack here on the front. Raids are moving to the raids are moving to the front. The shuttles are unloading on top of the tanks, and the storms are coming down as well, but the raids are dodging all the storms. Takes down all of the shuttles, dodges more storms, but all the zealots have broken through. The game is now looking very, very bad here for NOMANUAL, but there's no observer here on the scene, so actually these raids can start killing a lot of stuff. But as I said before, raid damage is pretty low, although tanks are spawning at the factories as well, which should keep the Dragoons at bay. The storms this time around, though, on the raids are doing... all the raids are gone. Observer has arrived as well, but Observer goes down to a turret instantly. Zealots are still coming in very slowly. Dragoons are coming in as well, but more tanks spawn there in the back, though the front ones are going to go down. NOMANUAL is balling up his zealots in the back. Is he preparing a drop, or is he going for a follow-up attack? More Marines are spawning as well. This is going to be very, very close. We've got almost a 100 supply difference between the 2 players. He's building structures in the front just to get something like a meat shield in the front. I do think that if NOMANUAL just went for another frontal attack, could have really done some real damage here to LuckyBack, but he's giving LuckyBack a chance to recover, although he's following it up with a very fast storm drop attempt on the top side, and there's no anti-drop whatsoever anywhere in his base. There's some turrets, but turrets are not that great, not that cool. If a Corsair is in the mix, he starts unloading zealots and towers there on the scene at the back. Storms on the command center. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think he would have killed any SCVs there though, because it was only a single storm and all the SCVs keep getting healed up by the medic there on the scene. Which means that any low HP SCVs from previous storms are still pretty healthy, but he's going for the command center, but the command center gets repaired. The tanks are rolling in to protect the command center. The bunker there also doing a great job in killing the zealots. But a frontal attack happening here at the same time as well. Zealots are running in. Bunkers are half full, half empty. Depends if you're an optimist or a pessimist. We have the shuttles coming in here as well. Shuttles are flying all the way in, but they're going to get intercepted by Marines and raids, and the Reaver doesn't even get to shoot its load. The tank there up on the hill doing a great job there at defending, so LuckyBack somehow, very nearly dies, but somehow stays alive and is ready to fight another day. Or at least, another game. The Storms once again do a great job in taking down those raids. Storms do about 112 damage, so the raids should have about 8 HP left if they tank an entire Storm. But because they ran out a little bit too early, of course they still have more HP than you would think. We've got no upgrades yet for LuckyBack, he's got no upgrades on the way either. Whereas for our friend here, NOMANUAL, who is reading the manual, I think, because he's doing everything as he should be doing it, is currently on 2 weapon, 1 shield, 1 armor. He's doing great. He's got more shuttles there on the way as well. He's got air upgrade armor, air attack upgrade also on the way. He's got level 1 shield for air, because that's of course the same upgrade as the ground units, and level 1 attack for air, not yet finished, but on the way. His base is somewhat small, but he has been building everywhere on the sides. Drop comes in for the top side there as well. There's nothing to stop it from happening. There's 81 SCVs there ready to eat up, but the SCVs are running away to safety. Temples are unloading, Zealots are unloading on the scene. Is he gonna storm? He's gonna storm. He storms something. Ooh, that's 20 kills there with his first storm. He's got 3 more storms there ready to use. He's got 7 storms in total. Ready to use storms more. Gets another 6. Gets another 10. And he still has 1 storm left, I believe. Oh yeah, he gets even more. So yeah, that's... Ooh, he just dodged the storm just in time, but he went down from 87 all the way down to 50. So 87 SCVs, now 50, and LuckyBack is licking his wounds. That was a really well executed drop there from NOMANUAL, who is still aiming to keep up the pressure. He's mostly focusing on just making units. He's not really focused on getting extra tech, getting more buildings. He's using what he has, and he's using it very, very well. The LuckyBack though, 150 supply now, and he's got tanks up on the hill, tanks in the back, tanks in the front, tanks on the side. Bunkers, tanks up on the hill here as well. So yeah, pretty much everywhere. He's looking good. Like, this entire spot is empty, but don't pay attention to this. This does not matter. He's got everything he needs to stay alive, but, there's a big but. If NOMANUAL successfully lands another storm drop, or successfully breaks to the front, or kills these tanks up on the hill, this game might get ugly for LuckyBack. And luck will no longer be on his side for much longer. But I don't want to call it too early. Because this game can still easily go LuckyBack's way. NOMANUAL though has a massive drop loaded up, and there's, as I mentioned before, very little anti-drop. At least the shuttles are gonna make their way in. He's trying to focus down the shuttles, but the shuttles start unloading. Zealots are running. The SCVs are running away. Oh, he's got Reavers on the scene as well. The Reavers gonna take care of the command center. There's so many Zealots here on the scene too. Command center just goes down within the blink of an eye. The Archons and Reavers are so strong, and Zealots with level 2 weapon attack are pretty level 3. Level 2, level 3. Reaver's gonna try to kill the SCVs, but SCVs run away just in time, and the Scarab gets stuck. The Scarab's still on the way, they're still chasing, but nope, not gonna happen. But he is down to 49 SCVs once again though. It seems to be every single time LuckyBack gets hit, it's down to 49. Now 49 is still a pretty good amount to be on, but it's not as great as being on, of course, a higher amount of SCVs. So he gets slowed down, he's still stuck in rebuild mode. He's still stuck in rebuild mode. So whenever NOMANUAL doesn't do a stupid 3 gateway cannon push attempt against a player who can defend against it with a +1 command center and a very low amount of marines, this is what happens. He puts up so much pressure that LuckyBack might not be able to stay standing. Building cannons, building carriers, well, not sure if it's carriers, but I do believe it's carriers because we have a fleet beacon here in the back. He's doing some really long distance gas mining here. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that one. You might as well just build a nexus here and start mining gas from a proxy base. But he's progressing. He is progressing towards his next choice of attack. Can LuckyBack defend himself? That is the question. That is the question. Can he defend himself? Things are not looking that great for LuckyBack. Our lucky friend is on his hind foot, and he's got nothing to fight against carriers. Now do note, carriers are not yet on the way. NOMANUAL still has a mass gateway army. Let's call it that. Mass gateway army. He's loading up. Well, he already loaded up the next attack. He's got the follow-up attack also already here, ready to go. The amount of tanks this time around in the back is way bigger than it previously was. And the bunkers there are really, really useful as well. So he should be able to hold this one relatively easy. As long as he pulls his SCVs away in time. He's pulling the SCVs away. Temples arriving on the scene. Readers are there as well. Temples are storming. No, Temples storms. That's a pretty good hit. That's a pretty good hit. Back to 51. Back to 49. Back to 45. So we've gone below 49 for once. Yeah, everything just gets cleared out really, really quick. So once again, LuckyBack gets slowed down, and now we're gonna wait for these carriers to finish, which is gonna take a while. It's slow. It's so slow. So he's gonna go for another frontal attack here, I believe. But there's tanks here up on the hill, which should make it a fruitless attack. This is not going to do much. Another drop there tries to go in, but gets taken down instantly. Tanks are being loaded up on the hill. Front is going to defend it pretty easily, although now he's throwing away his probes as well. Breaks through the front there though, because the tanks still have one upgrade. Only one. No level 2. And those Protoss units are level 2, 2, 3. And level 3 armor is seconds away. Only seconds away. Something I want to highlight, we've got Disruption Web there on the way in the back for NOMANUAL. He's got level 2 armor, level 3 armor, finished up, level 3 shields, finished up. We are not going to be seeing any drops for a while. He's going all in on the carriers. He's now on 75 probes. A little bit too many for a carrier mass strategy. You can do it with 60. But it's hard to keep track of how many SCVs or probes you actually have. So this is completely understandable. Add some more gateways just in case he needs a tech switch from carriers into gateway units. LuckyBack there is preparing with Valkyries there in the back, but the Valkyries are still only on level 1 weapon and armor. He did queue up level 2 weapon for air and level 2 armor for air as well. He's got some raids there too. 90 carriers have finished. He's ready to go for the attack. Got an Arbiter on the way as well. Does he have Stasis? I do think so, because he went for 2 Arbiter Tribunals at the same time. Usually that means they're going for Recall and Stasis at the same time, followed up by the Energy upgrade, because Energy really helps out with getting to your Stasis or Recall faster. Another mass drop here prepared in the back, although it's of course a couple too many, but he can do 2 drops in rapid succession. He's gonna fly that in under the cover of his carriers. LuckyBack now killing his own Marines to open up supply space. So he's not satisfied with the amount of Valkyries or raids that he currently has. He's got 5 raids, and he's aiming for at least 12 Valkyries and an EMP with a vessel there as well. He's really playing his bare bones because he's only on 6 factories and 3 starports. Number 4 there on the way. He did fill up most of the gas. Ooh, the raids are hunting for observers. Hunting for the Arbiter, but the Arbiter they're gonna get the tech. No, is he gonna go down? He gets the Arbiter, but it does cost him his 5 raids. But he was prepared to lose those 5 raids anyway, because he needs more Valkyries to defend against this attack. Now more Arbiters will soon be on the way, and more Corsairs as well, because Corsairs do an amazing job in taking down stacked up Valkyries. Perhaps even better than Arbiters do. Although drop comes in, storms on the SVs there, and this time around LuckyBack didn't run away in time. Loses, I think, about 30 SCVs there to the storm at a really, really bad timing. The timing was as bad as it can be, because now NOMANUAL has free fire on everything here in the front. He's gonna take it down with ease and without problem. Valkyries are trying to save their lives though, but the Valkyries though are getting met by mass Corsairs, which are now getting on top of the Valkyries. Valkyries are running away. Arbiter there in the back as well, on the way, ready to stasis very soon. He's on the chase. The Corsairs are chasing. Valkyries are running in circles, but there's nothing to kill the Corsairs because the damage from low to air, from ground to air is very low. And they're maxed out on upgrades. Goes back in. Arbiter there on the scene. Arbiter gonna get stasis down on the Valkyries soon, although he's gonna have to use an EMP first, so he's keeping those Valkyries in the back for now. So Valkyries are going in and out. Reliants are spawning as well on low ground, ready to take down the carriers, but those, of course, are only 3 in number, so they are not that strong. Dancing back and forth. He wants to avoid... Oh, he killed the Arbiter! Where's the Arbiter? Arbiter is gone. He killed the Arbiter somehow, so now we can go back in with the Valkyries, though the carriers are too strong, because... Once again, as I said before, only level 1 upgrades there on the Valkyries, level 2 upgrades, level 3 upgrades on the air here. So this is really, really strong. And now the Corsairs are taking care of the Valkyries, though the Valkyries are still alive by a small margin. Okay, kill the Corsairs first. Zealots are coming in as well, so the Zealots are the nail in the coffin. A great choice of attack here from NOMANUAL. First clear out the front with carriers, then use your leftover supply space to make Zealots, and send those Zealots in under the cover of Valkyries. You don't need that many carriers, you only need about 9. Zealots are really good, and there's so much supply in Valkyries for LuckyBack that he cannot defend against that ground force attack. Great observation there from NOMANUAL. Great observation. I really like this guy's play. It's really good. It's not the cleanest, but it's very effective, straight to the point, and well thought out. But not always effective against a player of LuckyBack's level. You maybe need some tricks up your sleeve. He just did basically a by the book, by the manual. So he's lying with his name. He most certainly is using a manual to determine his play. So now we're looking at a 1-1 score between both players. That means we have a PvT win for NOMANUAL. NOMANUAL PvT win. 2-0. So let's move on to game number 2. I hope this background music video is long enough. Because I'm starting to feel we're going to go over an hour. I think we're already on 47 minutes. Gonna move on to the next video. Let's move on to the next video. This is called Chill Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats Free. Lo-Fi Hip Hop Chill Hop Music Mix. I think this is completely free of copyrights. Just to be sure, I'm gonna go back to the previous one because I don't want to mix it, jinx it. Let's go to this one. Alright. Alright, so we've got the green against the tan color here. I think this is the tan color. Or NOMANUAL. LuckyBack here on the green Terran. Did the first couple of minutes. And I forgot to switch back to the game, so now we're looking at the game. I'm glad I didn't forget, because it would absolutely hurt my heart if I forgot to switch back. I've had it happen before, so I'm glad I didn't forget. I'm really glad. So once again, 2 barracks from LuckyBack. Probe there got in the base, got information. He knows everything. He knows every little secret there is to know. Mechanic there in the back. Steam upgrade already on the way. 2 firebats, also queued up, although it's only 1. You forgot the other one. Zealot there in the front. 2 Zealots in the front attacking the Marines. Marines running away to safety. That's the bunker there in the back. Run to the bunker. Run. Get to the chopper. They're screaming at their friends, and they get in the bunker just in time. Zealots are running away. bunker there in the back, really helping him stay alive without taking any damage or losing any units. Which is, in my opinion, very important if you're playing on a 2-barrack build order, because losing any unit you make at this point is going to hurt. Nice control there from LuckyBack. Is he gonna get those fire bats in there just in time? No, I don't think so. The cannons finish exactly on time. Exactly on time. Perfectly timed from NOMANUAL. So the fire bat run by, not gonna work there for a LuckyBack. The probes in the back are completely safe and sound. Cybercore there on the way as well. Everything is on track for NOMANUAL. He's looking to do something similar to last game. His build order is a little bit different though, because in the last game he went for a Nexus, a Forge, and then 2 cannons in the front. Now he's going for a Nexus, 2 gateways, pylon in the front, then the Forge. So it's a little bit of a delayed build order, but he could theoretically have put down some pressure with the Zealots. But right now he's just building up his Zealot count. He's going to go for a Robo in the front here, and then going to go for a Citadel of the Dune here or here. He's going to gambling. Like, where is he going to place that Citadel of the Dune? Right there. Got a barrack there on the way from LuckyBack there on the side. Going to hover it over the hill and then maybe get a fire bat run in. But of course, NOMANUAL is a very diligent player. He's getting vision on the corners. He's just making sure that the Firebat run-in with Stim upgrade is not gonna happen. Now do note there's only a single cannon here for NOMANUAL, so there's still a chance that if he makes enough Firebats, he can still get on top of the probes, but I think the chances are pretty low. Fight in the middle, Zealots try to go and hit something, but Firebats there in the middle, so strong, amazing. They are simply the best against Zealots. Is he gonna do it? Oh, he's gonna fly over and scout. That's also an option, of course. If you can't land, you know, just fly in, you get information. Templar Archive there in the back, no support bay. That means Dark Templars. That means Dark Templars, if there's no support bay. There's no support bay at all. He's gonna get it though now. There's support bay, but because the support bay is delayed, Dark Templars is his choice of attack. Too many Zealots are in the front to go for an attack there with the units, although also too many cannons so you can try it. But LuckyBack is progressing quite well. He's got 2 extra command centers. His SCP amount or count is going to go up and up and up very steadily, as long as he can keep them alive against the storm drops that are coming in from NOMANUAL in the near future. He's got Zealot Lags on the way. He's got 2 shuttles on the way as well there. No, 1 shuttle. Reavers now as well. Actually, he timed everything out perfectly. I'm wrong. I thought it was going to be Dark Templars, because usually we see a support bay before the Templars Archive, but he went for it the other way around. But the timing is actually perfect. I'm really liking this guy. The timings are crisp. Down to the second. Right on point. 7 gateways, Dragoon Zealot on the way. Level 1 attack on the way. Zealot speed on the way. Dragoon range on the way. Storm on the way. Shuttle speed on the way. Got everything he needs on the way. The amount of cannons though is very low here around his Nexus, so there's a chance that a tank drop could theoretically kill some stuff, but LuckyBack is not a tank dropper. He's not a person who goes for early tank drops. Maybe he goes for a late tank drop. But unlike Voss or Liboku, who instantly make Starport to get a dropship out on the map, fight happening on the middle. He's trying to kill the shuttle, doesn't get the shuttle, he loses all of his Marines there on the middle. Oh dear lord, this is starting to look worrisome. It has become time to worry. Now he does have 2 tanks here. There's a small little window there to win in for the Zealots, but they're getting blocked by an SCV there. Very, very well played there from LuckyBack, using this SCV to block access. Consciously or unconsciously, it worked in both scenarios. So now the shuttle is going to have to find a way in, but finding a way in is going to be difficult. So he's going to wait for 2 more shuttles to finish, so we can load up these units here and set them in from the bottom side as a distraction, so we can fly in the shuttle from the top side. Or maybe he's gonna be impatient and send this one in a little bit too early. He's gonna send this one in first and hopefully kill some stuff. Out of the range of the cannons, out of the range of the Marines. Marines are coming on the way. Marines are not split up yet. He stops the turrets. Very good control here from NOMANUAL. The Scarab there is bugging out. The Scarab still kills something. Ooh, the shuttle goes down with the Reaver, but the Reaver still gets some Marine kills there. Very well played there, but not the amount of results he wanted, but he did at least get something. Getting something is better than getting nothing. They're up there coming in for the bottom side. The base is... his macro is so good. Already going for Stargate Mass. Cybercore number 2, so that's going to be in carrier transition. Drop comes in for the bottom side. Templars are too far away. Templar storms, Templar kills 2. LuckyBack has very good SCV control there. Really impressive stuff. No starports yet. He hasn't been scanning that much this game. In the previous 2 games, he was scanning non-stop. But because he has no anti-air this game, he is not scanning non-stop. He's not keeping himself aware of what to expect, basically. And he's gonna expect carriers soon. We don't have a fleet beacon yet. NOMANUAL is still putting out his base and throwing out attacks quite consistently. I'm honestly still impressed by this guy. He's pretty darn good at this. Arrives on the scene, but there's only Zealots in there. There's a Templar. There's a Templar. Mayday. He still got a lot of them. He got a lot of them. About 23 SCV kills there with the Storm. That's a pretty impressively good hit. And he barely hit it. Barely hit it. So that's terrible for LuckyBack. Chances of NOMANUAL winning this game just went up by a lot. But can he keep this up? That's the question. Got a mass already here in the front. He's got 180 supply soon against 110 of LuckyBack. LuckyBack does have a pretty good frontal defense here, though, with fire bats in the... Wait, no fire bats in the bunkers? No fire bats in the bunkers, just Marines. Medics in the back are healing up the SCVs, which is very important. Because let's say that your Storm... It's the SCVs, but the SCVs escape the Storm before they die. And then a second Storm comes out, they all die. Now, if you have medics, your medics can heal up those SCVs in between drops, and it stops them from instantly dying to Storm drops. Drop comes in from the top side, drop comes in from the bottom side. Which one is going to be the real one? Looks like... This is the real one. Templar there, Templar Storm. Templar hits some SCVs, but most SCVs there stay alive because he kept healing them up with the medic. Not the results that he wanted, but at least he got some results. LuckyBack, though, there mostly did a really great job there with his SCV agility, keeping them alive. But the game is looking pretty bad here for LuckyBack because he's got Marines without upgrades. Level 1 upgrade, actually. Nonetheless, there's not a lot of upgrades. And he only has 3 factories there as well in the back. No starports anywhere in his base, no armories either. He's trying to progress, trying to get bigger, trying to get himself just strong enough to fight against the doom that is looming around the corner. But 3 carriers are on the way, a mass attack here ready, prepared in the front. Not yet going for a frontal attack. It is about time though that he should be moving out. And yes, he is. He's maxed out and out for blood. Can he get some hard, tough damage down? Or not? Unloads behind the hill. It's breaks through the depots. Marines are coming from the back to the front, but they're getting stormed to death. Templars are getting so much mileage here. That's a lot of Marine kills, a lot of tank kills. And he's breaking through. But Marines from the back are coming to support, and they will keep this... They will keep him alive, but he did lose a lot. More storms coming down than the Marines, and this is brutal stuff, but eventually LuckyBack does get himself out of a nasty situation, but it did cost him about 40 supply in total. Whereas NOMANUAL is almost back on maxed out supply. He's making more carriers here though. I really think he could have just stuck to the mass attacks and maybe done more damage than if he went for carriers. Because now he's giving LuckyBack time to recover, and LuckyBack is already back on 63 SCVs. He's got mass... He's finally scanning. Sees everything, sees the carriers. This is a recipe for disaster for NOMANUAL. I think that the carrier switch came at the wrong time. Whereas I think he should have just kept on pressuring the front with mass attacks. And maybe some storm drops every now and then. NOMANUAL though is filling out the top side of the map here with pylons. You're gonna build gateways here on either side for... You can get like... I think you get like 10 here and 10 there. Like 20 gateways. Another frontal attack here happening. Though not as big as the previous one, though Templars there in the mix as well. The bunkers have been rebuilt and the bunkers are killing stuff quick. One Templar comes in from the backside there though, but it's still too far away. Also the Zealot in the front have already gone down. Storm doesn't happen. Storm happens. There's a couple of Marines, but the tanks there in the back keep most of the buildings and structures alive and kill most of the units from NOMANUAL, so NOMANUAL doesn't break through this time. Not yet. Got the first armory on the way, well, second armory on the way there from LuckyBack. Is one finished, level 1 weapon for tanks is there on the way. Mass gateways coming out on the top side here as well. It's gonna be 10 aside, for sure. More carriers finishing up in the base. We got 9, just as the previous game. Do know we're only 14 minutes in. I'm really, as I said, amazed by NOMANUAL's speed. He is so fast at building, so fast at massing, making mass units. He's really quick at it. He's always maxed out. And he's building really quick. Look at this. He already filled out almost an entire top base there as well. And only 14 minutes in. The frontal attack here, though, is not doing much. There's too many tanks there. The gateway units just melt. Like, bam, they're gone. He does have level 1-1 upgrades, though. And his air is on level 0-2. So the armor level 1 is on the way. Got shield level 3 not on the way. Armor for ground and weapon for ground are both on the way, though. I really like what NOMANUAL is doing. A lot of players, when they go for carriers, they stop upgrading their ground forces, and when they are forced to switch to ground forces because the carriers just got killed, and the enemy is knocking on the front door, they don't have the required upgrades on their ground to fight back against those tanks. So I really like what NOMANUAL is doing. He's preparing himself for every single situation while never stopping the pressure. As I said before, this guy is good. He's really good. I'm not even mad if he beats LuckyBack here. I'm not even mad because he's just playing such a good Protoss. LuckyBack is playing a very good Terran as well. It's very controlled. It's not explosive though, but it's very controlled. He's playing a smart Terran. A slow, smart Terran. Let's call it that. Valkyries there are ready to strike, but the Corsairs are coming in to kill the Valkyries, but the Marines are there on the long run as well to kill the Interceptors. The Interceptors are pretty strong though with their upgrades. Marines only have a 1 weapon attack, so they're not going to be dealing all that much damage to the Interceptors. But now Valkyries are spawning, more Valkyries are on the scene, Goliaths are coming in as well, ready to take down, ready to fight and strike. Now we have a fight between Valkyrie and Corsair. Valkyries are being split up though, and the Corsairs are forced to retreat for now. Still a long exchange happening here between Marines, Corsairs. Drop comes in there from the left side. Going in, flies straight over the Marines and the Valkyries though, so it all goes down. Maybe a different angle would have been a better choice, but he's doing a lot. He's killing all the starports, so now there's no anti-air in the air. Only anti-air on the ground. Flies in deeper. Can he attack the command center though? He's attacking. Oh, the disruption webs around the Marines are doing such a great job there at facilitating the carriers in their attack. He's trying to get on top of the main nexus, or the main command center here, but he's forced to kill stuff that's hanging on top of it. But he's very slowly tearing through. He's very slowly killing what he needs to kill. Goliaths are spawning. Marines are still there, but the disruption webs from NOMANUAL are insane. And now he's finally torn through all the barracks, all the command centers on top of the command center. And we can get the main down. He kills the main, and eventually he finally gets it. And the carriers are still here in the base, wreaking havoc. More disruption webs there. This is amazing carrier play here from NOMANUAL. Amazingly well played. He just went in, killed everything he had to kill, and makes his way out. And I don't think he lost... Well, he lost a single carrier there. Maybe he lost 3 of them, but very, very, very good. Very good gameplay there from NOMANUAL, making life extremely difficult for LuckyBack. Now it's just time to recover interceptor count and mass up some gateway units. And kill some stuff on the side here, very slowly intro. Get some cannons on the side as well, just to get a control over the map. Holding for the bottom side, Goliaths are being stupid though, because they cannot shoot on things in the air that is past the hill. Forced to use the scans, goes in once again, disrupting the webs, or is he just gonna sacrifice them? It's a sacrifice. He wants to open up supply space for Arbiters, I think. Units coming in from the front, ready to take down those depots, but the tanks there in the front are still pretty high in count, so you should have used the carriers there in the front to take down the tanks. But because tanks are stupid, tanks hit their own structures, and he takes down those depots in the front very easily. He gets storms on the tanks as well. Beautiful storms there, getting a lot of damage down, killing a lot of tanks there, and now he's breaking through the bottom side as well. And he's killing depots, killing turrets, so he's making life difficult by maybe potentially getting LuckyBack into a supply stuck state as well. Cannons in the front as well. This is looking really, really good from NOMANUAL. This is some of the highest pressure I've seen in a while from Protoss. Starts killing the armories as well. No armories means no Goliaths, which is a very bad situation for LuckyBack, because if he starts losing Goliaths, the carriers are just going to have a free day killing stuff. LuckyBack there though, with his 93 SCVs, has managed to recover his starports within the nick of time. So even if he now does lose Goliaths, he can make raids to defend himself, or maybe some Valkyries if he's quick with queuing them up. But the last armory there though, on low HP, will the upgrade finish? I think that's one of the most important things there though. Stopping the upgrades is huge as well, because now he's still stuck on level 1-1. Whereas he was almost on level 2-2. So NOMANUAL now has a huge upgrade advantage for the remainder of the game, because he can keep denying armories. The armories have been rebuilt there on the top side though, and he's getting the upgrades, but the upgrades have been slowed down by, I think, a full cycle of upgrade timer. There's an Arbiter now as well. Storm drops coming in. Storm drops arriving on the scene. LuckyBack, run away, please run away. Get your SCV to safety. Oh, he dodges back into the storm, but he's only loses 34 SCVs have gone down there. Now the carriers are still heavy here on the bottom side, killed most of the depots. There's only 140 supply left for LuckyBack. Valkyries have spawned, they're coming in, but he's supply stuck at the moment. He's rebuilding command centers everywhere and depots as well, but life is difficult for LuckyBack. Arbiter, what you gonna do? Arbiter, what are you doing? Arbiter, stop hurting yourself. And it's gone. Arbiter's on the top side there though, almost with enough energy for a recall. I think he's going to go for a recall here, or maybe he's going to go for a stasis. I'm not sure. More cannons and shield batteries on the bottom side as well of LuckyBack space. NOMANUAL is setting himself up for killing moves. The upgrades are dancing back and forth, having a tough time deciding what to do. He knows the Arbiters are there on the top side because he saw them with the Marine, but can he respond to both? Can he deal with both threats at the same time? There's a threat in the front as well, as Zealots are streaming through, because they have level 3 upgrades, level 2 upgrades, almost level 3. Another drop here on the bottom side coming in. There's nothing there to stop it. Valkyries are moving just in time though. Templar has unloaded though. Templar is too far away to storm. Storms come down on the SCVs there. Kill 6 or so. Not that many. Not that many. Well, kill 4. It's even worse. No, he killed 7. 7 SCV kills. So it's something. It's something. And it's great, because he disrupts the mining time there from LuckyBack as well, and he killed SCVs there on the gas. So his gas, which is already low, is now even slower in income. But the Valkyries though, with their level 1 upgrades still, within seconds it will be level 2, are still having a difficult time fighting back against the carriers. Once again stops an armory there on the bottom side. He's rebuilding most of his depots on the top side. He's also using more command centers for supply space. Very smart, because you can hover them and fly them away. Ooh, a recall on the top side there. This is dangerous. Now you can start killing depots on the top side as well as he's attacking on the bottom side too. What to do? LuckyBack, what to do? This is a difficult situation. Units on the top, units on the bottom. What do you do? Carriers there though are kind of AFK, I guess. But this is going down on the top side. Kill the depot, kill the depot, kill turrets. Well, this is depots as well, I think. Oh, he stormed the SCVs as well. Now he's going for the command center there too. This is... Oh, more storms! Oh no. NOMANUAL is tearing him apart, Lisa. This is looking so bad for a LuckyBack. NOMANUAL is completely dominating this game. He's attacking non-stop everywhere you can see. The pressure is not relenting. More units coming in through the front. Very slowly taking down tanks through the front. Very slowly progressing. Although now, block the entrance. Yeah, he killed so many things here. He killed 2 armories, 6 depots, with even more depots there. Now killing depots in the front, killing command centers as well. There's only 19 SCVs left for LuckyBack. He's got no army. Well, he's got a massive army, but he's got no income. That's what I meant to say. The Lions are doing a great job. Tanks are doing a great job, but the drop comes in as well. Drop is dodged barely, though. Beautiful storms there once again. LuckyBack is given no time to breathe. What do you focus on? You've got units in the front, units on the top, units on the back, on the bottom. Units at your command center. Another storm! No way! Oh no! 14 minerals. Even less minerals. 7 minerals. Oh no. 11 SCVs. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is... We're gonna be seeing a GG within a matter of seconds. LuckyBack is done for. He's done for. Like, it's gonna take him so long to recover from this that I just don't see it happen. Corsairs are there as well. Corsairs are really great against Valkyries. Carriers are coming in with their shields all fully recovered. Now it's a turn for the Corsairs. Corsairs coming in. Corsairs hunting down the Valkyries. Valkyries are trying to charge back, trying to escape. But this time around, I think the Corsairs have done just enough damage on the Valkyries to take them down with the carriers. Not even a fight, not even a contest. Like, look at them go down. There's only a couple of them left. He went down for about 16 to 8. He lost half of them. The carriers are still alive here, taking down the command center. So that's one more command center less. One command center less. 22 SCPs now. 82, 84 supply. It's got 5 Goliaths, 6 Goliaths, 6 tanks, and 8 Valkyries. Well, 7 tanks, but this tank doesn't count. A couple more Goliaths spawned. We've got Templars on the way here as well. We've got shuttles. LuckyBack calls the GG. He knows it's over. He just knows that the game is done. He doesn't want to try anymore. He surrenders. And NOMANUAL wins after losing game number 1, but winning game number 2 and 3 convincingly. Really, really well played. This is one of the strongest Protoss I've seen in a while. It isn't tricky, isn't flashy, but he does everything exactly by the book. All the timings are exact. The switches are exact. He doesn't linger on a specific kind of method of attacking for too long. He very quickly switches between ground mass into carrier mass into a ground mass and mixes it up with drops non-stop. This is one of the best Protosses I've seen in a while. And I've seen a lot of Protosses from a lot of people. But this one in particular looks very clean. Very, very clean. But not flashy. It's not like it is a tricky Protoss. This is a consistently smart Protoss with no mistakes. I like it. I for sure do like it. So that's the best of series for today. NOMANUAL wins. Wait, I gotta change the score here because I did it inaccurately. So NOMANUAL wins the set, 2 wins to 1. Means I gotta update the last score like this. NOMANUAL, 2 wins, LuckyBack, 1 win. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the background music. I hope it wasn't too much. I hope it was just the right kind of background music. And yeah, hopefully seeing you around next time again for another video, another best of series or single replay. With a lot of action, excitement, and of course, entertainment.